Welcome back to the Real Playbook. I'm Eli Gilman,
I'm Bronson Hendrickson.
and we're going to go through a day in the life as a college student athlete. And you have to say it's different than high school.
Yeah, much different than high school. Way more time management on your hands. That's for sure.
Um, I guess. I think it for us because we play football. We had fall camp, so it started as soon as we got to campus.
hmm
I guess it depends what sport you play, but basketball starts a little bit later. Volleyball starts when football does. Soccer starts when football does. If you're in fall sports, it kind of hits the ground running right away. But for our regular season, we wake up at what six
Yeah,
6:20 a.m.
right
every
around that
day.
range. Yeah.
And I mean it's the same thing as lift, breakfast, class, practice, and then depending on how either hard the practice was or how much school we got, after practice we either go to treatment
hmm
or we go hit the study hall. And then our first year at the University of Montana, we had to stay on campus. So after study hall and after treatment hours, we just got to go kind of walk back to our rooms.
hmm
Um, but you can kind of go on how it is when you live off
Yeah.
campus too.
I was gonna say off campus. Like I'd say it's way nicer than living on campus because you actually like have a little bit of like space to breathe and whatnot, and have your own space. You're not sharing everything. You're not living in a dorm, so that part's nice. But you have to account for like you got to budget way more. You have to be way more responsible with your time because you have to think about commuting, like how long of a drive it is and whatnot to campus. So there's a few other factors like that come in, but no, I'd say like once you get your first year out of the way, like you kind of get your skills down for like okay, like this is how much time I need to put into like school and whatnot and like practice, treatment, all that. So then you kind of have a system going, but it's just like a couple other extra factors here and there. But yeah, I'd say like by the time like your first, second year rolls around, like you kind of develop a system as you're going along and you get it figured out from there.
Right. And for me, for my like how I manage my time is like you kind of want to, regardless if you're a scheduled person or not. I wasn't really a scheduled person in high school, but once you
Mhm.
get to college and you're kind of by yourself, you got to figure out some sort of schedule. I
Mhm.
mean, everybody has different versions.
Yeah.
I'm sure ours are a little different, but
hmm
I mean, you're gonna have to find some type of schedule that fits your regimen because if you don't have a schedule and kind of just try to freestyle everything in college, like you're on your own. Like
Yeah.
there's no one that can really back you up on it.
hmm
I mean, your parents are there, but
They're not really
sometimes
like in the picture exactly.
sometimes they're at a distance.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just a part of life when you go out of college.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I'd say another big thing too, like, do you use like a planner or anything like that? What do you use for your time management?
My time management, my first year here to try to get used to things, I did use a planner.
hmm
And I kind of like grew into like a habit of a schedule. So then
Yeah,
my second and third year here, I haven't really had a planner,
I gotcha.
but I kind of have a built-in plan. I don't
Yeah.
know if you still use one or not.
I was gonna say, I know for me, like, what I do is like I'll use the calendar on my phone, so I'll put in like different events and whatnot for that, and that's how I kind of keep myself aligned. But no, about like the schedule thing, I'm like it's almost like Groundhog Day, like every week, like wake up, lift, breakfast, class, treat whatever treatment you need, repeat. But yeah, so I kind of like fall into that, and I don't need it kind of like broken down as much as like scheduling for that more so. But like when it comes to like if I have an like appointment or like meetings or anything like that, then I'll kind of like plug and fill where I need to with my calendar and whatnot. So as much of a distraction as phones can be, they are actually pretty helpful with that sometimes. But yeah.
Um, all right, we got to break the news to him. What is the reality versus what people see on social media of a college athlete lifestyle?
Ooh. I'd say one of the like people always see like the big plays and the highlights on Instagram and all that, but they don't see meetings for hours during August and fall camp when everyone else is at whatever music festival or on the lake or doing this and that. Like while we're working our butts off in February during winter condo while everyone's up skiing or going whatever else, like it's a year round thing. Like it's a full time occupation that goes into it. But I'd say that's the biggest difference is just like kind of like what they like pick and choose to highlight. And like it's just like very different from like just the day to day grind. Like not every like workout's going to be like, not every practice is going to be perfect, but they kind of like portray it to be. But you just got to keep your head down, keep working at it, and just stay on the up and up from there. That's the biggest thing I'd say.
Right. And I mean, the things that you guys see online, all the cool highlights and stuff, is something that only happens really one day of the week. You see the cool
Mhm.
stuff that happens on Saturday. We
But
do all the grind stuff Monday through Friday, and you only
yeah.
see Saturday.
Hmm.
And then during the off season, like you kind of went through, a lot of people, students who don't play sports can go out and party, and they can go do this when we have to wake up and go to conditioning.
Hmm.
Um, Now that's not always a bad thing though, because
Yeah.
you got to embrace the grind.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't love the sport you're going to play college in, I don't think you'll have a good time in college playing it.
100%.
So I mean, if you love it, go do it. But the good thing about playing college sports is that you get to meet so many new people. I mean, like everybody.
Yeah.
You play sports, everybody
Yeah.
here. You got so many connections. Businesses love college sports. You got easier opportunity to get jobs. I mean, there's so many benefits that come with college sports, and the amount of people you can meet is just going to grow your profile. I mean, yeah,
No, 100%. I agree with you.
but we thought we'd give you some insight um, on what it is to be a college student.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, you can only say so much. I mean, I'm sure people have always told you it's not easy and it's all this and that,
Hmm.
but you can't really prepare for it as much as you think. You kind of just got to get thrown in there and figure it out.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean, you got to. I mean, you're going to be uncomfortable for a
Yeah.
long time.
Hmm.
And as soon as you get comfortable, you're going to get uncomfortable
Hmm.
again.
Yeah. The only way to like really grow and experience it is to do it. Like, there's no real other way to kind of prepare yourself for that. Like, kind of trial by doing is really the only way to learn. So, yeah.
Yeah. If you're looking to hear more about the student athlete life, come back next week. This is the Real Playbook. I'm Eli Gilman.
I'm Bronson Henderson.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.